Part 2. A blast of pure heated steam shot out of the valves near pistons of the train wheels. In the thick polluted air, the white mist turned in a faint breeze before vanishing altogether. Crates, large and small, were gathered all around the open steam hose, stacked upon one another, pyramids 5 points high. The crates provided cover as Lucy poked her head around the corner of a large stone barracks. Down the tracks, dozens of train cars were lined up. Some cargo cars opened with Legion soldiers loading opening boxes inside. The engine, a little farther up, hissed as the pressure deep within expanded and released. A few passenger cars were right in front of Lucy, and her eyes peered intently on the foggy glass windows as she turned to the rest of the group behind her. Okay, here's the deal. Looks like most of the soldiers are loading things on the train further down. Right in front of us are some of the passenger cars. This is going to be anything we need. It might be inside the house. Neil leaned to the side, glancing at the long black accent. There might be. Adam and I have been on a train before. I know they keep a lot of equipment in the black cars, but the ones closer to the engine elude me. We never really did get close to those. Blinking at once, Lucy said, You have to tell me the whole story later. For now, did you remember if there's anything useful the personnel mentioned that might be in the front cars? Neil shook his head. No, I don't remember him saying anything about it. Like he said, Adam and I were in one of the passenger cars further down the tracks. Lucy rolled her eyes and snorted. Great. Well, it's our best bet, I suppose. Let's see if you have any bright ideas. Bloodstrider stepped forward, raising his head high and directing his ears. How many cars are there near the engine? 5. Lucy answered. They look empty, but you never know for sure. Looking to his 3 other men, Bloodstrider grunted to them, nodding once. My men will inspect the cars. If they get encounter any problems, they shall deal with them swiftly. It's your choice, Chief, Lucy nodded. The Seabrams passed forward in excess that crates around them. Each hoof's step was incredibly light. Not a patter or echo came from their movement, giving the odd illusion that they were hovering quietly inches from the floor. Checking around the corner briefly, the Seabrams shuffled and grunted to one another, before running up to the small, narrow staircase leading up to the passenger car. Everyone within the group stared headlong into the car as they entered. Aside from the sound of soldiers loading cargo further down the tracks, steam engine and pipes groaning, the world was quiet. In a few moments, a zebra stepped down the stairs heading into the car. Buggy had set slightly over the threshold of the entrance, listened to the environment. Directing his ears towards the group behind the crates, he gestured an alluring hoof to them, beckoning them to move on. Trotting as swiftly as they could, each member of the party carefully ran to the passenger car. One by one, they all loaded themselves as the Tiger Company warrior moved to the side. Neil was the last on board, as his heart pounded fiercely while boarding the train he and his brother once escaped. Silver. Silver was everywhere. Silver molding along the top corners of the ceiling, glistening in the white light of the glass chandeliers above. Silver leaves with long twisting vines decorated the crimson blood-like wallpaper. Velvet seats lined the walls, nestled by the soft carpet of the same color. Neil strolled alongside Allie as they got to the fine interior of the car. At the center of the room, however, lay 3 Legion soldiers and 1 Legion officer. Resting back to back, their limp heads tilted towards the zebras, packed up with the fallen weapons the soldiers had dropped. 2 Socks took a cautious step towards the bodies, poking the officer's cheek gently. They dead? Bloodstrider came to 2 Socks' side, shaking his head. No, they are unconscious for the time being. Neil knelt down beside one of the soldiers, glancing at his green armor. Think we can use this to sneak inside? Probably much easier than trying to fire our way in. Indeed, yeah, my men can fight, but to ourselves all the dark minds would be the death of us all. Lucy lifted the officer's left foreleg, letting go of it, allowing it to plop against the floor forcefully. There's only 4 uniforms, and there's 9 of us. How's this gonna work? Because I'm sure as hell not gonna share an outfit with someone. Neil stood up, looking down at the droopy soldiers. Cracking a wide smile, Neil spouted, I have an idea! Ellie cocked her head to the side. What is it? Neil turned to address the whole group inside the train car. Back in Arcane, when I was trying to smuggle the weapons out of a rare encampment for the townsfolk, I pretended I was a slaver to sneak inside. So, Lucy remarked. Busted the hole, sneak in, using wet uniforms bit already established. Neo rose a hoof to her. I know, but please, hear me out. Lucy tried to one of the seats along the wall, and slunk down into a soft cushion, folding her hooves. Dropping his hoof back down to the floor, Neo continued. Those that couldn't pass off as slavers did the opposite. They were slaves. We tied rope around her to be more convincing. Despite how rough the act was, we pulled it off. Winston glanced quickly towards the soldiers. Are you recommending that we become slaves to get in? Yes and no, Neo replied. I want some of you to become slaves. Those that fit the armor will be your escorts into the mine. Then who's there with the armor? Asked Bloodstrider. Laying a hoof on the officer's head, Neo said, I'll wear the officer's uniform. Lucy, you'll take a uniform as will Allie and 2 socks. And what about James? Lester interjected. Statistically, the odds are against us if we do not have some sort of restraint binding us. The bodily voice of a mare called throughout the room, coming from the front of the car. It was muffled and faint. Neo felt his heart skip as he jumped back against a suppressed chatter and hurried down the car. Hello? The voice called, Guards, what's taking so long? I'm thirsty. Lucy's ears shot up as she turned her head towards the car. Well, holy shit. Is that... No. Is it really? As he cantered by the rest of the group to the wooden door leading to the next car, the heads of each party followed her. Allie had an eyebrow raised at her. Lucy, Allie asked, who is it? Lucy came to the door. She turned back to her friends for a moment, a hoof pressed firmly to her lips. If I think it is who it is, she'll freak out. Clapping a hoof over her mouth, Lucy repressed the laughter building within her. Shutting her eyes tightly, a few muted giggles escaped her lips. This is gonna be good! Laying a hoof on the doorknob, Lucy opened the door to the next car. Adam had the end of his screwdriver inserted into the key slot of Bill's collar. Twisting and turning it around, tiny clicks vibrated through the air as he squinted his eyes, bending it more closely while the tool operated on the keyhole of the device. Sticking out his tongue through the side of his mouth, Adam pulled his head back as a loud click suddenly snapped. With the sound came Bill's collar unhitching itself from his neck, falling down to the dust-colored ground. The collar sprawled out next to Bill. Grinning mildly, Bill rubbed a hoof along the reach of his neck where the collar once was. Damn, well, that feels good. All across the room, open collars of the slaves lay scattered about. Everyone was still rubbing their necks and throats, smiling at the fresh, rejuvenating sensations of their freedom. In the place where the collars were, a line of sweating, compressed fur went around their necks. Adam was the only one who hadn't removed his collar yet. Placing the screwdriver into the keyhole, he started to work on unlocking the device from his neck. Big Lot was lying on her stomach near a protruding vein of foggy quartz along the wall, watching Adam. Turning her eyes to the floor, she picked up her hoof, looking at it. Then, laying it gently on the back of her neck, she just aligned the collar and lifted her fur. Adam was sticking out his tongue again, as the screwdriver end bobbed up and down, side to side, twisting around, all the same clicking away while the lock gradually came to itself, submitting itself to him. Big Lot blinked at Adam. She felt a coarse lump in her throat to stop any words she wanted to say. Like a brick wall or a one-way valve, the only air she breathed in came in. Nothing came out. Something poked her pounding heart. Something wanted to say thank you, or thanks, or anything that would convey her gratitude. But she never truly thanked anybody before, or returned a favor for whatever kindness came to her. Huncing her hoof over her chest, she winced as a sharp pain jabbed at her heart. Nobody noticed so. They were too busy smiling, laughing, and enjoying the freedom they had been given. And so she sat there, pressing the hoof firmly against her heart, until the stabbing sensation was snuffed out by the pain of the pressure she applied. Like all the other callers before his, Adams clicked loudly before falling off his neck into the floor. Yes! He exclaimed. Spill scanned the room, checking if everyone had their collars removed. There's everyone, I reckon. Adam nodded, rolling his head now, popping the stiffened vertebrae in his neck. Each movement made a cringing popping noise. It felt as though 1,000,000 pounds rolled off Adam's neck. Rubbing a hoof along the nape of his neck, Adam chuckled. Yeah, it should be. All of the ponies in the room, except for Banklot, faced down, leaning toward him. Bill was the first to speak up. So what now? Having our collars off is the only first part, right? Right, Adam replied. Next step is breaking out the door. That might be a little more difficult than you think. What do we need to do? What's the plan? asked Bill. Adam shrugged. Be honest, I'm making it up as I go. Everyone in the room reeled back. Bill rubbed his eyes quickly, before rapidly blinking at Adam. Well, I thought you had it all planned out. Shaking his head, Adam responded. Bill stepped on the thick steel iron cell door. Jumping up onto his hind legs, he placed both forehoofs along the cold metal, feeling around the upper region of the door. If you ain't got a plan, might as well get to fixing the door problem. You think the key locker thing is around here? Adam walked up to the door, scanning it up and down, resting down on his haunches as he hummed to himself, intently staring at the door in its entirety. Bill moved aside, as he too gazed at the door's few notable features. Adam's eyes moved downward, until something caught his eye at the very bottom of the door. It was a narrow sliding hatch, covered by the metal sheet blocking out the light from the outside. Just barely did the thin edge protrude from the door in the faint glow of his pit buck. Adam rose to his hooves, with his head hanging low over the floor. However, his eyes never broke away from the tiny hatch as he came closer to it. Turning his head to one side, he poked it once. Looking at Bill, Adam lifted his head. What is that? Bill glanced at the small hatch. Looks like one of the food hatch things. Some they slide food and other provisions for. Adam started to hum again, scratching his brown mane. I think I have an idea, but I'll need some space. Taking a few steps away from the door, Bill nodded once to him. If you need space, there you go. Just be careful, would you? Levitating a screwdriver a few inches from his face, Adam smiled, closing in on the hatch's corner. Placing a hoof on the grip, Adam wedged the head of the tool firmly to the latch's extending door. Before pulling back on it like a lever, the metal underneath the tool creaked, moaned as Adam tugged. Harder and harder he pulled back on it, trying to force the hatch open, until finally Adam snapped it open, sliding it off to the side. Light flooded into the room through the small slit at the bottom of the door, surpassing the glow now given off by Adam's pit buck. That was the last thing Adam saw, as his fist became distorted with the intense light. Raising a hoof quickly over his eyes, the shield he had created allowed his sight to adjust. Given it a few seconds, the blurred, blinding rays faded, giving way to clarity. Everyone else in the room turned away, shutting their eyes tightly, as Adam had. They too returned to their sights to the open slot below, blinking. Bill smiled as his eyesight came to. Wow, didn't think it'd be that bright. We're not out of the woods yet, Adam interjected. We still need to unlock the door. The only problem is I don't know what kind of lock it is. Bill felt a chill run down the back of his nose. Well, did you see it before we got thrown in here? Adam shook his head. Didn't have time to expect it. We did get thrown in here after all. Then how are you supposed to open it? Bill asked. Sighing, Adam closed his eyes and lowered his head down to the floor. I don't know, Bill. I can fit the tools down there, but I don't think I could look through it like a keyhole. Standing up, the mirror in the center of the room came darting towards Adam with wide eyes. Why open it up then? All you did was give us some light. Adam looked at her, narrowing his eyes. It was that or do nothing at all, and I would much rather try moving forward than do nothing. Mayor grimaced at Adam. You told us you'd get us out, and now what? Do we just sit our asses and hope something comes? These words he spat at Adam vibrated in his ears like irritating bells tolling right next to him. Stop! Adam barked. I need to think! Please, just let me think! She stared at Adam, turning away and returning to the center of the room, where she once again sat at the same spot before. Adam rubbed the back of his neck, feeling his tight muscles ache at the stress of the situation. Big Lot was looking right at Adam with the same horrible sharpness breaking at her heart. Strangely, the more she watched Adam, the more strange the sensation would become. But no matter how much the urge turned to look away she couldn't. Resting his restraint, she stood up, walking over to Adam. Hey, I have an idea. Moving his eyes up to her, Adam cocked his head to the side. Really? She nodded, looking out to the side, stirring the powder-like dirt on the floor with her hoof. Yeah, I do. Okay, Adam murmured, getting out of his hooves. Let's listen. Right now, anything will sound good. Big Lot gulped, as the pain pressed harder in her heart. I think I can fit my head through the rusted hatch. Maybe I can look under it at the lock. She paused for a moment, as the others of the group started to gather around her. Another emotion entered. Just started taking the foot of a cold shivering. Forcing both the odd sensations back, she put down her little chest, holding her head high. Well, you work on the lock. I can tell you if you made to it. Big Lot concluded, retaining her boastful posture. Alice smiled, patting her on the head. That's a good idea, Piglet. Very kind of you to step up like that. Deflate your chest, replied. I just want to get out. The same as all of you. You're taking too long, is all, Baka. Al rose to his host, laying a hook gently on Piglet's back. That's the best idea we have thus far. Might as well stick with it.
You think you can open the door with Bangalor's help?
Asked Bill. Al's smile grew, reaching too near above his ears. Sure you can, he said, pointing to the mirror center of the room. That is, unless it reminds me using her body pin. Piglet diverted her face from Al's baby expression. Though at that very instant of time, the pressure that stabbed at her irritated her heart vanished completely, and instead was a warmth, tender and soft, but it bubbled around her chest like butterflies fluttering around it. It was almost enough to make her smile, but keeping her own inner emotion to herself, she remained quiet. There was no other feeling like it. She didn't understand where it came from, nor what it was. All she could do was enjoy it. The door next to the train car opened with a faint, aching creak from the old iron hinges. Lucy stuck her head through the doorway as the door swung open. Scratching her blonde mane, she scanned the nice car carefully, with her ears erect and listening for even the faintest of sounds. The air in the next car was more thick and musty than the previous train car they had been in. Dim rays of green light from the outside ignited the dark interior. Rotting wooden molding lined the top of the groaning ceiling, while only a single gas-powered lantern at the end of the small table was crafted for the warped lights at the far end of the room, offering only the contrast to the bleak scene. 3 tiny cells were along the left side of the car, each with thick iron bars containing whatever inside. Round the floor, scattered about in thick clumps, was wet, soggy hay that gave off a pungent aroma of mold and dirt. Stepping inside the car, the hay squeezed under the pressure of Lucy's hooves. Hello? Lucy asked, searching the first cell. Is anyone here? The low rattling of chains softly against the floor came with the second cell, followed by a mayor's voice. Hello, guards! About freaking time! Lucy, holy Celestia, bucket of blood Tuesday. Neil came to the car next, with the rest of the party following closely behind him. Who is it, Lucy? Emerging from the darkness of the damp cell came forth a pink mare, sporting a beige coalition uniform with 2 bright yellow horizontal stripes sewn into her left shoulder. Around her neck and legs were shackles connected to chains that were linked to 3 other coalition soldiers. As the darkness peeled back entirely, the more refined features of the mare came into light. Must-aged, musty, and fresh feather coat, sharp, matted yellow mane. Dragging her hooves, the mare stopped right at the bars of her cell. Lucky? Lucy nodded, smiling wildly. Yes, Sourbutt, it's me. Before you go loco? Yes, I'm really here. Drawing her backward, the mare asked, Why in the name of hell are you here? Neil came beside Lucy, gazing at the mare in the cell. Because of him, Lucy answered, slapping a hoof onto Neil's back. The mare's eyes wide as she gasped. Hey, you're the kid I let go on the street a while back ago. Well, shit, you weren't lying, were you? Shaking her head vigorously, Lucy looked to Neil. You know her? He flushed into Neil's face, turning his cheeks a deep red crimson as his ears went on the top of his head. It's a long story. The mare put her forehead through the gaps of the cell bars, resting up on the lower crossbar. It is. And let me guess. You want to let us out, right? Lucy said with a smile. Pausing to your head once. Absolutely no. Lucy screamed and saw that her jaw dropped. What? Don't get me wrong, the mare added hastily. I want to get out. But first, you owe me for letting him get past my soldiers. Sir, Lucy answered. What is it you want? The mare looked toward the table at the end of the car. Pointing to it, she said, There's a pack of 6 on the lantern behind the table. So some off stick. Why don't the lantern give me one? I've been dying to have a smoke for a few days now. Lucy made her way to the end of the car to retrieve the eyes of the mare and listen. While poking her nose through the bars, she sighed, Oh, and the keys are all here somewhere too. As Lucy left Neil, he stood before the cell, looking about the car, waiting for her. His eyes went around in every direction but the mare's, generating an awkward silence between the two of them. Allie coughed, as Wester looked about one of the windows. The sounds of Lucy's toes trotting against the marshy hay-ridden floor creaked under her weight. Glancing at Neo's friends scattered at the door, the mayor turned her attention to Neo. So, kid, what's the other one? Neo shook his head before locking his sign to the mayor. Excuse me? The other one. She repeated, where is he? The blue one. He threw his shoulder to his friends behind him. Neo answered slowly. Actually, that's why we're here. We're here for him. What? Was he captain or something? She had. Yes, Neo had. Yes, he was. She said heavily. Doc Molly's a real fucked up case, kid. Any kid that gets 50 to train in One Piece has to be a tough ass. Neo dropped his eyes to the floor, remaining completely silent. Arching an eyebrow, the man murmured, silently. But maybe because he could be held in mind. Allie said briskly. We still got to train to get some leasing uniforms. Ultimately, we thought that would be preferable to getting shot up fighting our way in. A quick spark found her way to the mayor's face. Let me guess. You took the guards out, right? Allie jerked her head to the floor. Our cult and everything. Now he needs a chance to convince them that some of us are slaves. Rubbing the mud under her chin, the mayor hummed. Not bad, kid, not bad. Shelly tugging at the train, dangling for the shackle around her neck. The mayor chuckled. You're more than welcome to take these off our hooves. Things will hurt like a bitch after a few hours. Lucy returned to the small white cigarette box, and a lit match held firmly between her teeth. A dim hot flame swayed as she came to the mirror in her cell. Moving her hose toward the cell at bars, the mayor smiled. Sticking her muscles through the capstan oven bars, he opened his mouth. About time! Please give me one! I'm dying! Lucy popped one cigarette into the mayor's mouth before drawing the lit match to the end. Inhaling deeply, a quarter of the whole cigarette burnt up. Letting loose the breath in her, a cloud of pungent smoke expelled itself from her nostrils. Quiver ran over her back as the relaxing effects of the tobacco made her muscles feel loose. Oh, that's the stuff. Now, she mumbled, moving the smoldering cigarette to the corner of her mouth. Let's get this door open and these shackles off, yeah? Everyone stepped to the side, allowing Lucy the space needed to unlock the door. And, as the hinges of the cell door squealed open, Lucy snickered. Consider us equal now. No more favors, and those times of basic training during our first days of coalition don't count. Holding up the hoof up, the mayor scowled. Well, no, you old hauled ass. I consider us equal. Walking into the cell, Lucy put each and every coalition prisoner in the cell. With the restraints unlatched, the soldiers collected his chains, gathering into one pile of iron links near the door. Rushing herself down, the mayor stood before the heaping mass of metal chains and irons. That's all of them, news Nucky. Good, Lucy twirled, before taking a place by her friend. The mayor took one more deep breath. Oh, thanks for this milk, too. She coughed, a puff of thick gray smoke drifting up from her mouth. Lucy looked to one of the small cracked windows of the car. How do you plan to get out of the city? Any thoughts? The mayor shrugged, holding a playful grin. I'll do all I need to, I guess. Unless you got an idea, Lucky. Buster walked slowly out of the pile of iron cones and chains.
I could send one of my men to take you and those soldiers out of the city.
With one huff, Buster looked at a section of heavy iron links.
I know what it's like to be a slave. Not in the way you were. But all the same, a prisoner.
The man blinked down, a glow of a cigarette and raising on the stripes of the fur. That's a fine offer you've presented there, but I'm a big girl. I get to kill my own.
Please.
Buster persisted, looking at her with the tiny blots of his blindfold.
It's the least I could do for those against the Legion.
Hey, Lucy cowed, nudging her hoof at the mayor's side. They're really good at what they do. You don't have to worry about a thing. So long as you stay silent, stay close to whoever's leading you out. Lester was staring out a foggy window, looking up at the Legion soldiers who prayed outside.
I suggest we move quickly. Legion continues to move, and we are susceptible to dictation as long as we remain idle.
I agree with him on that, Tisock said. Go get the uniforms off and not quite take gas. Allie turned to face the door, leaning to the previous car with unconscious soldiers. I'll go with them. Just meet us in the next car when you got everything else situated. Neo moved a pile of chains to the middle of the car, picked up a piece of chain with his mechanical hoof. It's like Arcan all over again. Hopefully this goes more smoothly. I really don't want to use exploding weapons as an excuse this time. Big Hot felt hot in air pressed against her left ear, as the ground slowly pressed against the back of her head. She was laying on her back, with half of her face protruding from the lens and the bottom cell door. Only one sapphire eye made it through the narrow space while staring up at the lock below. Adam's screwdriver was suspended in the air, hovering inches from the lock. A little more to the right, Biglock muttered, keeping an eye on the tool's movement. Adam was beside her, sitting on his haunches, focusing on the door in front of him. How close is it? The screwdriver's end pointed directly at the keyhole. Right over the lock, I think. Inserting itself to the keyhole, the screwdriver clicked once, contacting with the lock's pressure system engaged. The entire tool was consumed by the iron locking mechanism, leaving just a grip poking up from the end. It's in the keyhole, right? Adam asked Biglock. Yeah, the glass bird's a plan. Next to him, the bobby pin from the mirror levitated next to his head. The rough, waving length of the pin was bent away from the more straightened section, forming an L shape. Slowly falling down to the open hatch, it drifted past the door and out into the hallway. Gravitating near the thick iron surface of the door, the bobby pin made its way into the lock. As before, Biglock firmly guided Adam while he searched blindly for the keyhole. The pin was soon in front of the lock. Okay, it's over it, Biglock said. Adam injected the wavy section of the pin into the bottom of the keyhole. It too generated the same faint click. Adam sighed as he broke the gaze. I was thinking I'd break my brain doing it. Biglock pushed herself in the door, holding her stomach staring up and down. Can you do it from your home from here? Adam rocked his head to the side, popping the tension on his neck. I should, though I'll need some peace and quiet to listen to the changes in the lock's pistons. Holding his head, Adam closed his eyes, taking in one deep breath. Holding it inside him, the cooling air gradually relaxed his mind. The slaves backed themselves away from him, giving Adam more than 5 feet of space. It was just the door at him now, nothing else left but to seize the chance of taking their freedom. Expelling the air from his lungs, Adam took a few steps towards the door, laying an ear to the lock. Contrast to heated air, the metal was cold. The hairs on Adam's neck stood up. Letting in another breath of air, he closed his eyes, focusing on the lock and pin on the other side. Each click, clang, or tick, the dozens of parts made from within told him something. Deeper click, you will recall, usually meant that he was farther away from unlocking the door. So the position of the pin would need to be adjusted until a lighter one could be heard. After listening to the various sounds, a great loud click rumbled into Adam's eardrums, sending him reeling back at the sudden and rumbling noise. Quickly glancing aloof over his ear, Adam hissed as the ring persisted for a few more seconds. Didn't think it would be that loud! Looking to outside, looking at the door.
Is it open?
I think so, Adam groaned. Only one way to find out. Ambling toward the door, Adam removed his hood from his now sore, throbbing ear. Standing inches from the door, Adam pushed against it. Very slowly, the old iron hinges creaking throughout the cell. Drifting open, the door stopped, barely leaving a crack into the outside hallway, letting in a sliver of dim hallway light into the cell quartz, glistening more lavishly into the rays of the hallway's glow. Bill felt an unlifting air fill him. Everything was light, with a tinkling bubbling bursting from his side. Busting inside, Bill wrapped his hose around the blue buck's body in a tight hug. Crazy the intensity of his grip on Adam, Bill stood on his hind legs, lifting him up a few inches from the ground.
You did it! You did it!
Piglock pouted, stomped forward. I knew it just as much as he did. Adam's bones were aching, as the thin air thinned his lungs, sensing the color of his face a deeper shade of blue. Lifting him from his grasp, Bill smiled at Biglock, patting her gently on the head.
You did good, little one.
Adam threw his bed back, gasping air. We're not done yet. Bill looked at Adam.
What do you mean, Adam?
Laying a trail on the light and dusty floor, Adam shuffled to the door, breathing slowly. Hovering out the crack made by the open door came the screwdriver, falling towards the outside. Slowing his houses down, he began panting. I need to help my brother find us, Adam said as the screwdriver drifted to his pit buck.
How?
Letting his pit buck to an even level, the screwdriver unscrewed a few small screws on the ability to risk repair. On my way here, I visited a place called Silver Marine Tower. Heard of it?
Bill nodded. Yeah, but what's that got to do with helping your brother find us?
Well, Adam answered, the screws levitated easily to the ground. I learned that pit bucks have tracking devices on them. They also have a signal broadcasting out to those who can detect it.
And who would be detecting it?
Bill queried. Adam scoffed a weak smirk. Unless Leeson has some stable tech grade pit buck terminal like Silver Marine did, then Neo should see us on his own pit buck. Removing the lid that sealed the bottom of his pit buck, Behind the thin metal plate was a series of small colored wires, stringing back and forth in a huge knotted mess. Somewhere under the chaotic jumble lay the gold, green, line circuit boards. Gently inserting the screwdriver between the wires, Al said, I don't know how far away my brother is, and he might be too late if we wait for him. Having said that, our best bet is to escape on our own. Wait until he picks up the signal. Biglet smiled up at Al. You think he'll make it? Smiling, Al ruffled her dust around her curly mane. I said we get out of here, and I meant every word of it. I promise. The tight dark iron officer's breastplate constricted Neil's breathing. Frank inhaled the air around him. His lungs ached as the armor constrained the movements of his chest. Tugging the collar of his uniform, Neil coughed, feeling his lungs expel what little air was within them. Lucy was hopping around the car, having the main test piece squeeze her shoulders as her host wriggled about to the arms holding holes of the armor. Her head was stuck inside the lazy uniform, muffling the vulgar squares who crowded crescents of chairs points alike. Slamming herself against the passenger seat, the breastplate sunk down across her entire torso. Underneath the solid metal armor, her injured wing pounded with an intense throbbing pain. Biting her lower lip, Lucy picked up the leasing helmet, accompanied by a thick leather gas mask. Slipping the head and the headpiece of his armor, dead that skinny ass soldier wearing it. The standard leasing uniform fit Allie perfectly. It wasn't too tight, nor was it too loose. Not the helmet, breastpiece, or assorted segments. Gently running a hoof along the dark green leg guards, he smiled. I can't believe how well this fits. Slipping her flank into the soft velvet cushion of a passenger seat. Lucy crossed her host, nickered. Yeah? Well, screw you too, honey. Lucy sat slouching backwards in a chair, humming deeply. I'm not putting this thing on again. If you even try and make me. The enlisted soldiers they commandeered their uniforms, laying on their backs. Limbs sprawled out and hung loose ink dangling over the corners of their mouths. Two Socks strolled over to Neo, the thick glare mask of the Legion helmet hiding his face. Dad's got the helmet on! Let's say it's not easy to see in this thing! Neo turned to face him, raising an eyebrow and peeked at Two Socks' armor. Really? 9. Two Socks laid a hoof in front of his face, trying to lick out a tin cup of paper cut out, and Baki the same hull is like Baki a foggy piece of glass! It won't be for long, Neo said. Just until we get our friends out of these mines. Lucy sat up on the seat, forcing her back against the cushion. Speaking of which, how do we plan on getting out of here? Lifting his pit butt just barely below his jaw, Neo glanced down at the screen. According to the map we found at the border, it says there are 2 entrances. Likewise, 2 exits out of the dark mines. The one entrance is to the front. It probably guesses also 1 or 2 exits. What about the other one? Two Socks asked. Neo sat on one of the nearby seats. Well, that's where things get tricky. It says there's a back entrance, a sort of emergency exit that leads out to the city again. It's a little deeper in the mines, but it's definitely closer to where Adam might be, by the slave quarters on a lower level. Two Socks leaned over to Neo, inspecting the map. That's our plan then, isn't it? Right, Neo replied, lowering his pit-buck. Allie picked up her saddle bag, slinging it over her back. All we need is left is Tiger Company and Westerner with the teens. Yeah. Lucy, sleeves. You've been in a prison car for a good 5 minutes now. I don't think I'd be that hard to put on chains, right? The door to the prison creaked open. From out of the crack, Art Lester stuck his arm head through the hood, holding the door with his hoof. We are ready to proceed, he muttered. Lucy lifted from her seat, gesturing over the hoof. Come on then, you big lug. Lester looked to the ground. Negative. Shrugging, Lucy prompted. Why not? Let's see ya. Slowly shaking his head, he murmured. Negative. It's demeaning. Are you a desert, Lester? Lucy snickered out. Lester said nothing for a moment, keeping his eyes on the floorboards. Then silence was broken by a metallic sigh. Affirmative. And beneath the mask, Lucy grinned. Bloodsire, please make him come out. He's being a weenie. Underneath the mask, Lucy grinned. Bloodsire, please make him come out. He's being a weenie. Slowly, Lester came lunging forth, stumbling a few steps into the car before catching himself. Along the floor, dragging loosely behind him, was a long-legged rattling chain. Clamped firmly to his legs, neck, Lester kept his head low. Bloodsire and his 2 soldiers came shuffling into the car, each chained to the same loop of iron clanging links. Lucy eyed Lester up, placing down the hoof over the breather of the mask, trying to, as she could, to repress the laughter within her. You look wonderful. Charming, even. Lucy, Neo interjected, glaring at her. They're fine. They don't have to worry about how they're going to chain up. So as long as we carry the things, they go with a plan. Alright, Neil, what do you say? Neil went to Lester, who still was tongue his nose close to the ground. Patting him against her shoulder, he smiled. You know, Lester, what we're about to do won't be easy. Like I said, don't feel ashamed. It's only for a little while. Lester lay on her side.
These restraints make me feel powerless, like I'm some sort of animal.
It's only for pretend, Neil assured him. Besides, you're the toughest badass I've seen. Beating ghouls up with your better host by that scrapyard you found out and Ian. What's a few chains dragging behind you a little while? Lifting his head, Lester nodded, looking at Neil with his grin visor.
I suppose you're correct. It is rather meager.
Patting Lester's shoulder once more, Neil smiled widened. That's the spirit. Two Socks quickly slung his bag to his back, before throwing a hoof into the air. Woo! We're ready to move out! Neil looked over his shoulder at Two Socks, nodding. Let's not waste any more time. The longer we wait, the longer we have to sit in this hellhole. Everyone gathered what supplies were their own, apart from Lester and the Zebras. The gear was evenly distributed amongst those who were dressed in Legion uniforms. After checking the outside of the train to the clouded windows of the passenger car, the group moved out through the exit to the city. The breeze hit them with a blast of dense, rancid vapors, overpowered with many other odors within the city. Coal and ash thickly polluted the air. Down to charged rolling black clouds, the dense motes of all soot drifted through the air. Like snowflakes, tumbling gently through the gentle breeze and the dark pieces of pollution started to coat the broken pavement. As the group trudged down to the side of Dark Mine's entrance, the alcoves made by the blasted holes into the facades of the buildings took form. Leaves and airs, leaning against the wooden grates, watched them pass by, occasionally laying out a whoop or a whistle to Lucy in an alley. Neo guided them to the head of the group, those chains falling down behind them in a single file line. Two Socks and Lucy took up assistance at the line's side, as Allie trailed behind him at the rear. Regardless of the vast amount of spectators staring at them, Neil held a firm posture. Likewise, he retained a solid expression, holding his eyes forward while looking at the mouth of the Dark Mine's entrance. Tightening his diaphragm, Neil constricted what little breath he could inhale. Whatever it took to remain calm, whatever it took to stay convincing to those around him, was all that mattered. He had to keep up a placid temper. If the slightest amount of nervous energy was released, he might as well break out into a vigorous tremble. That would certainly draw the unwanted attention of the Legion. For Adam, Neil thought. Do it for him and your friends. Making a left at the main road, before them was the entrance to the dark mines across a concrete bridge. Slaves pulled in groups of 6 massive metal mine carts filled to the top with pale rock shards. Thick chains climbed down to the slaves' shivering legs, rattling along the ash-powdered ground. Slaves were guided by dark miners, bearing the barbed whips and maces attached to their masks. 2 or more miners accompanied the pullers along their sides. Those miners held their whips to harass any who slowed their pace, even if it was for a moment. Bull! Worthless! Miners would scream, whacking out a loud thwack in the air above the slave's head. As Neil passed by the cart pullers, he saw out of the corner of his eye. Slaves pulled up to the edge of the bridge. A miner would then come to the side of the cart's side before pulling a lever at the front. Pistons slowly pushed upward on the low and held over the edge of the bridge, dumping the rubble into the river below. Wheezing and coughing hoarsely, the lanky bodies of the slaves were thickly laden with lacerations, some freshly red, swelling on their skin. They're like animals, Neil thought to himself, watching a slave team no more than 50 feet from him get thrust in the middle of the bridge. The loud arc of green, tinted lightning, pressing out across the rolling black clouds above, cracked throughout the city. Snapping its gaze to the sky, Neil saw the lip of the concrete tunnel engulf them as the shadow fell over the group. Swallowing hard, Neil turned his sights to what was right before him. Laying his head slightly to his chained friends behind him, Neil whispered, We're almost there. We just need to go through the entrance. A wooden cart was parked near a green service door along the walls of the tunnel. The small cement staircase led up to it. Standing by the first step was 2 ponies hissing at one another. For Neil's current distance, what was being said between them could only be made in scared whispers. The 2 ponies were split-toothed and siren, huddled around an open sack, raising heat and yang within Neo. Rising to his face warmth, shifting his white collar to his safe brow, he squinted his eyes to him. Looking to Lucy, Neo turned his head toward the 2 slavers. Lucy, that's them. Who? Lucy replied in a hushed tone. Splittooth and Siren, the ones who took Adam, Leo answered. The group stopped in the middle of the tunnel's entrance as Lucy came trying up to Neo. What are we supposed to do? Turning her eyes to the slavers, Lucy shook her head. How is it with them? Why should it matter where they are? They might still have his gear, Neo carried. What do you plan to do, huh? Lucy spat. Can't just walk up and take their things. I have a plan, but I'm going to need you to back me up. Just so you know, whatever I say, agree with. That's all you need to do. Can you do that for me? Lucy drew her head back slightly. Well, I did think, okay, I guess. Good, Neo said, looking back to the rest of the group. Snoring the fuming heat air with his lungs, Neo muttered, Wait here. We'll be right back. We got some business to take care of. Trying out towards Splittooth and Siren, Lucy chuckled while looking at the group, lightly rubbing the back of her neck. Yeah, he says he's a plan. Hopefully this doesn't go south. Swiftly spinning herself around, Lucy dashed Neo's flank, making up what distance Neo had made between the two of them in moments. Countering the slaver's position by the surface were perfectly clear. I'll say we split on the rest of the bullets. We need the armor for later. Splittooth spat. Sarah shook her head cleverly. No. She insisted. We need something to drink. Hey, son, I need to decide that I could say it. Splittooth tightened his gut, pulling up a twisting grin. Solid, more sweet. We need to think about this ultimately. But Spissy, I won't celebrate. His lip eye started to flutter. His heels grinned. I tell you, the birds will have this more loaf. A loud cough reflected from behind them, stopping the conversation entirely. Lifting their heads, the slaver's ears perked upwards as he slowly turned around to see the source of the air-rushing sound had come from. The grin had faded from Splittooth's face as he raised an eyebrow. Behind him, Neo and Lucy sat stiffly waiting for the two slavers to face them. Splittooth scanned the two of them from head to head before speaking. What do you want? Splittooth grumbled. Neo looked at his nose up, retaining his attentive posture. Have you been parked here long? He asked in a deep voice. Splittooth nodded calmly, keeping both eyes on him. Yeah, what's it to you? Walking to the side of the cart, Neo. We've been having a problem with the coalition soldiers sneaking weapons into dark mines. What sorts of weapons are you implying I have, officer? As I search out all half only, aside from my own, of course. Neo smiled, light Charles escaping from his lips. You're probably right. Pointing at Splittooth, Neo beamed. Look at you two. Fine, strong slavers serving our cause. Why, there shouldn't be any reason to be here when you look at such trustworthy individuals. Growling, Split barked. Spare me the sarcasm, you kid. Get on with what you want. After that, his somber expression came to Neo's face. Very well, but you are aware of what weapons the coalition has been sneaking into the mines, right? Bulging one yellow eye out, Splittooth leaned towards him. No, I didn't. What sort of weapons would that be, Mike? Can't believe I'm going to do this, Neo thought. Exploding guns. Splittooth's jaw dropped. What? Siren stood wide-eyed for a second, only to burst out in a couple guffaw in a moment. Yeah, exploding guns! Something of Neo's claim. It's a serious matter! Shaking his head, Splittooth quipped. Oh, sure it is. Just like a serious matter when I come to scratch me thumb. Something the ground was hoofs. Neo started to Splittooth, pressing his face against the bridge of the slaver's snoot. Snoring, Splittooth felt the heat come off of Neo's face as he started out. My commanding officer was injured by them, you sack of useless flesh! Playing his ear, Splittooth lowered himself as Neo lurched over him. Flipping back, Neo shoved his mechanical foreleg in the slaver's face. See what happened to me? This is what happens when you think it's funny! Sure, Neo nodded, dropping his leg. I laughed. I thought it was nonsense, too. However, the danger is very real, Neo retorted. If you want to end up a smoldering crater later down the road, or even a moment from now, you let my soldier and I search your cart. Splittooth froze himself, gently pressing on his legs. Fine. But I better get back whatever you'll take, right? Neo straightened out his tightly fastened breastplate. Certainly. Let's take it off to Lucy. Neo pointed his nose to the cart. See what you can find. Anything. Lucy went to the cart's end, standing onto her hind legs and letting her foot hose rest on the rim of the cart walls. Neo, too, hopped onto the edge of the walls, poking his head into the cart, inspecting the contents within. Sending his head to one side, Splittooth watched him search the cart. There's an officer in front of him, came out of an odd roar that tingled the back of his head. Slowly, his eyes moved to Neo's mechanical foreleg. Say, mate, what gave you that fancy neck there? Neo began shuffling through some of the sacks to the side of the cart, getting answer. Legion has good mechanics. What? Split you from? Where you from? Why you ask? Neo replied, increasing the haste of his search. No reason at all, mate. Split Tooth whined. It's just I haven't seen you here before. Neo froze. I arrived on the train not too long ago. Split Tooth slapped, slapping his forehead. Why, it all makes sense now. Buzzing over a small sack of hard steel bread. He was bulging backwards at the bottom of the wagon. Opening it, Neo moved aside everything that wasn't Adams. Gradually, Split Tooth's laughter faded. Dear mate, how was your commander officer hit here if he just came on? How to know about it? Adam's gear was right below Neo's nose, lying completely untouched and folded at the bottom of the bag. Hearing the Slayer's words locked his movement, standing completely still. Lucy's heart beat faster and faster by the second as a tense silence persisted in the air around him. Hopping down the cart, Lucy strolled over to Split Tooth. You plaintive nod. Aw, bitch. That'll do. Clicking the safety of her bow saddle, she aimed her sniper out. Listen here, punk. He ain't lying. He's just upset that we're looking through your stuff. Lowering his eyebrows, Split Tooth scoffed. Oh, no, I'm not at all. But I know you're lying. If you're not scared of that, then what? Afraid to find your porn or something? She snickered. She buried her hood, manifested Split Tooth's cheeks and face, curled his chapped lips. I guess who do you think you are, talking to me like that? Lucy remained persistent, flexing both forehooves out before her, bracing for the recoil of her rifle. I'm a soldier of the Iron Hoof Legion. My sergeant and I have every right to inspect your gear. If you have a problem with it, take it up with any officer. It won't matter the slightest. And I'll tell you the same thing. And if they find out you insulted an officer of the Legion, they'll hang you by the beams of a skyscraper. Taking in deep, stirring breaths, with snoring. Fuck! Fucking hurry up it! I've got all day to listen to your yabble on. Neo returned to At, removing Adam's gear from Split Tooth's cart. First, his duster, then his bags and weapons, while he rolled a retrieve from a sack and slung over a bay over his back. Right down from the cart, Neo faced Split Tooth, tipping his hat to him. These items are collected seem to be the most suspicious. The rest of your gear, however, seems to be fine. Walking away from the two slavers, Neo made his way back to his friends at the chain line. Lucy clicked the safety on, following behind Neo. As the two strolled over from the slavers, Split Tooth rails a hoof to the side of the sound, calling to him, Next time! Control that beast of yours, bastard! Starting laid a hoof gently on his slaver partner's back. What are we gonna do now, Splitsy? Wait for them soldiers to get back? Puffing, a burning warmth still radiated Split Tooth's face. No, let's hit something called and find the others. I'm done with this place. I just really about to stop anyhow. Really? But I like that stuff, Sarah pleaded. No, Split Tooth coughed. I'll be stopped by some more whackers. Let's just get out before we keep something else. Besides, that lazy posy of ours needs to be rounded up. Neo and Lucy, with Al's equipment safely on Neo's back, returned to their friends in the middle of the tunnel. Bystar's ears swerved to their exit, drawing his head towards them as they approached the rest of the chain pointing to the group.
I heard something. But the sound of the gear on your back and lack of terror, I assumed the matter was resolved.
A warm droplets of sweat ran down Neo's neck as he sighed to come back to line. You can thank Lucy for that. Lucy tried to horse Rester, shrugging. He just needed to be taught how to respect us. Nothing a little Sarah threats can't handle. The wagon Split Tooth and Siren parked by the silver store was now turning onto the main road, leading away from the mine into the city. Watching the old wooden wheels rattle loudly against the pavement, Neo felt like to split the body further into the two slavers went into the dark mine. Slowly staring at the slavers disappear into the distance, Neo smiled. I thought I'd be angry with them, but while I was there, I didn't feel like I needed to punish them for what they did.
You see what needs to be done, Plister stated. Am I correct?
Neo nodded, turning around to the entrance to the mine. Yeah, I think.
Did let us claim but you shot that to the chief, no?
Plister said with a smile. Giving the Seaver Chief a single firm nod, Neo raised his mechanical hoof in the air, launching it towards the dark mines. The entrance is covered with a large wall wielded a curve of steel sheets, slightly dabbed with a red-blue hue of rust cutting the dull gray surfaces. On the top of the tunnel, down to the road leading inside the barrier protects the mine. Only a pair of open, large, thickly bolted doors were persistent in the center of the wall. 4 Unicorn Legion soldiers stood post to the doors, 2 at each side, levitating bolt averings and rifles next to them. The wagons, pulled by the slaves, came out of the entrance, led by a pair of dark miners, holding barbed weapons on their masks. The group came along the left door. A massive vine car rolled past them, its wheels screeching facelessly against the coarse road. One of the 2 guards noticed them approaching. Stepping out front of them, the soldier called to them, both extending out to Neo.
Stop where you are!
Neo and the others following him stopped, staring at the soldier before them. The soldier in question was a mare, though apart from her smaller frame, all the other features was a Deathfighter were obscured by the armor she wore. As the soldier lowered her hoof, every word she spoke was muffled by the gas mask hiding her face.
State your business, Sergeant!
Sergeant said to his friends, changing the line behind him. Neo answered, My patrol and I found this little circle around the outer city. By the way it looks, those freelancers and Tiger Company lot seem to be working together. The soldier looked at Neo's mechanical foreleg, before moving her eyes to his exposed flank, bearing the black Cobra's rose cutie mark.
What's your patrol number, Sergeant?
Neo's pulse differed. My patrol number?
Yes, your patrol number. What is it?
She repeated, looking the rifle at him. Gulping, Neo saw the other soldier raise their weapon, too, the longer he stood before them. Well, my patrol number is... A single drop of sweat developed in Neo's brow, followed by the pounding of his heart as he searched for a response.
Well,
The soldier spat, taking a step forward towards him.
I'll ask you once more, Sergeant. What's your patrol number?
On the corner of the side, Lucy saw Neo turn on the safety of her sniper. Ellie on the other side of him undid the holster of her pistol. My patrol number is, 224. If I'm not mistaken, Sergeant! A deep, commanding voice said, piercing intense and tugging the air. 2 Legion guards lowered their weapons as the pony came trying behind their ranks. Turning to face the newcomer, the soldier snapped an attentive posture, briskly slapping the foreleg of the brows to salute.
Get that, sir!
Both guards announced in unison. That's 60% of them, grinning. And these soldiers. I summoned these fine soldiers into the mines after. Directing his sight to Western, after a lot before you see before you. Dropping their hose, Lizzie Mare bounded her head towards him.
I'm sorry, sir. I wasn't aware that you had sent for them. Please forgive me.
When Brief shook his head, Dad chuckled. No problem at all, soldier. Just continue as you were. Mr. Guard saluted once more to him.
Thank you. I will, sir.
She replied sternly, taking a position by the door. Turning his head to Neo, that said, As for you, Sergeant, continue on your way. Please, don't forget your patrol number again. Neo bowed his head slightly. Thank you, sir. It won't happen again. Promptly raising his muscles to the air, his smirk faded. Excellent. Please see it does not. Not giving Thats another word, Neo led the group through the doors into the dark mines, keeping his eyes directly forward. The rest of his friends, too, followed his lead, sparing not even a hint of emotion outside the pure, solid sincerity. Those who wore a mask, however, did their best to keep a controlled posture while entering the mines. Thats watched them keenly as they passed him with one eyebrow raised high. Humming to himself once he disappeared to the mine, he sighed, shaking his head.